Good morning, first grade. Congratulations. If you are viewing this video, that means that you were able to click your way around on your new Chromebook and find your way to our first story of the year. And since you made it, I wanted to share a special shout out to each of you, right? And say your name so your name can be on this video with this very cool story. So here we go. Welcome to Nate, Finley, Landon, Rain, Lucas, Keegan, Hunter, Mackenzie, Jermaine, Savannah, Paisley, Carson, Freya, Catalina, Jelaya, Iris, and Gabe. So welcome to all of you. I am so excited that you're in my class this year. I know that we were hoping to be at the building together on this first day of school. And we will get there, I promise. We don't know how long it will be, but we will get there. And until then, we are going to be doing some awesome things like reading this story. So I am getting ready to read this story for you. It is called First Day Jitters. The author is Julie Danneberg. It is illustrated by Judy Love. And I know that you can probably see my face on your screen right now, but I'm going to get that out of the way for now, and I'll probably bring it back at the end because I want you guys and girls to be able to see all the really cool illustrations in the story. So I am going to disappear, and let's get started with our story. Sarah, dear, time to get out of bed, Mr. Hartwell said, poking his head through the bedroom doorway. You don't want to miss the first day at your new school, do you? I'm not going, said Sarah, and pulled the covers over her head. Of course you're going, honey, said Mr. Hartwell as he walked over to the window and snapped up the shade. No, I'm not. I don't want to start over again. I hate my new school, Sarah said. She tunneled down to the end of her bed. How can you hate your new school, sweetheart? Mr. Hartwell chuckled. You've never been there before. Don't worry. You liked your other school. You'll like this one. Besides, just think of all the new friends you'll meet. That's just it. I don't know anybody, and it will be hard, and I just hate it there. That's all. What will everyone think if you aren't there? We told them you were coming. They will think that I am lucky, and they will wish that they were at home in bed like me. Mr. Hartwell sighed. Sarah Jane Hartwell, I'm not playing this silly game 1 second longer. I'll see you downstairs in 5 minutes. I hope, first graders, that this didn't happen with any of you today. You didn't have to get ready to come to our school building, but I hope that when somebody tried to get you up, to get you online on your Chromebook and ready to go today, that you were in a much better mood than Sarah. Sarah tumbled out of bed. She stumbled into the bathroom. She fumbled into her clothes. My head hurts, she moaned as she trudged into the kitchen. Mr. Hartwell handed Sarah a piece of toast and her lunchbox. They walked to the car. Sarah's hands were cold and clammy. They drove down the street. She couldn't breathe. And then they were there. I feel sick, said Sarah weakly. Nonsense, said Mr. Hartwell. You'll love your new school once you get started. Oh, look, there's your principal, Mrs. Burton. Sarah slumped down in her seat. Oh, Sarah, Mrs. Burton gushed, peeking into the car. There you are. Come on, I'll show you where to go. She led Sarah into the building and walked quickly through the crowded hallways. Don't worry, everyone is nervous the first day, she said over her shoulder as Sarah rushed to keep up. When they got to the classroom, most of the children were already in their seats. The class looked up as Mrs. Burton cleared her throat. Class, attention, please, said Mrs. Burton. When the class was quiet, she led Sarah to the front of the room and said, Class, I would like you to meet. Now, I don't know if any of you first graders in our class have heard this story before, but if we were together right now, I would probably ask for some guesses about what you think is getting ready to happen. So I'm going to repeat this part of the story. She says, Class, I would like you to meet. And if you have a guess on this, you can go ahead and say it out loud to anybody that is around you. I would like you to meet your new teacher, Mrs. Sarah Jane Hartwell. Okay, first graders. Now, I've got to say, the first time I read this story, which was a long time ago, they totally tricked me. I did not know that it was the teacher who didn't want to go to school the whole time. And it was a really cool surprise ending. So I hope for some of you, it was your first time hearing this story. If you've heard it before, I know that you knew the whole time. And thank you for listening anyway, even though you knew what the surprise was going to be. All right, we will be talking about this story and others this week and for many weeks to come. I hope you enjoyed this first edition of our story time. Bye-bye.